get cracking.
Yep. Is that a Madagascar reference?
Do you know what? We'll start on that. Welcome back to the Operating Podcast. Don't know why I've just done a Madagascar reference, but very niche. So this week, joined by my guest co-host, back again, George Oldham. How are you, mate?
Hello, I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah, not too bad, getting by. And we've got a big guest this week. It's been months in the making. Yep. Jake Dodd's in the building. How are you, mate?
Nice to meet you. Good. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Mate, yeah, good. Good to have you on, to be fair. Very good to have you on. So we've found you via ex-guest, obviously Charlie Schofield. You train with Charlie, don't you?
Yeah, I train alongside Charlie, mate.
Is that, so is it Ultimate Fitness? Is that what it's called?
Yes,
gym?
yeah.
Yeah, so is it like all of you training there? Because there's quite a few pro boxers in there now, isn't there?
Yeah, I think there's 6 of us now. 6, 5 lads. I think we've got a girl called Jade. She trains alongside us as well. But yeah, it's busy. It's a busy gym.
It looks intense.
It's good.
It looks really intense because I follow the other lad who's in there who does a lot of the kind of the fitness sort of side of it. Can't remember his name.
Eamon.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And no excuses.
No excuses. And he's always putting on about his like 20-mile runs. I was bored in an afternoon, so I just did a 20-mile run, and I'm always like.
When I'm bored in the afternoon, I get a packet of Pringles or something.
It's packet of Pringles, sit out.
He's up 4:30 every morning doing like a 20-mile run. Just sets his day off, apparently. Well, to me, I'd be bedbound if I run 20 miles.
I don't blame you. It's quite, because life as a pro boxer when you starting out is a bit kind of hectic. Like you were just explaining before, like your schedule, because you have to travel. You live in Wrexham, don't you?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, so people who don't know, like we're based near Manchester, like past Manchester, aren't we, basically?
Denton, yeah.
So it's a little bit of a way
from
from
It's an hour and 40 drive to here, so yeah, it's an hour and a half every day.
What times do you usually head up?
I leave about 10 to 8.
Yeah.
Get there for about 9:30, and then we start training 10 o'clock on the dot. An hour and a half, and I think I get back into Wrexham about 1 o'clock. So depending on traffic, you know.
And then straight to work.
Straight to work.
Jesus, it's
unreal.
So
what a schedule. That's great, isn't it?
It's good. It's tough, but it'll pay off.
Yeah, we had another pro boxer on as well, so Leighton, and he was saying about the same sort of. So he had to work on evenings just so he can train.
Yeah.
Does your work schedule just kind of revolve around?
Kind of. I'm quite flexible, to be honest. My boss is really good. Lee Wright, he's good with me. So what I do, I train, come in the afternoon, and then I'll do a full day the next day, the day I don't train. So I'll train in the morning, go to work, or I'll train in the evening then as well. So, but I'll do a full day on those days. Tuesday,
Jesus.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm all about doing 8:30, 5:30, Monday to Friday.
But like you say, it's got to be worth it, I suppose.
Yeah, it's got to be done, I suppose. You've got to kind of put the hours in boxing, haven't you?
Yeah, that's it. Sure. And like I say, you've got to evolve it around life and, kids as well. So, yeah.
Because you started boxing quite late, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I was reading a few news reports about you prior to, obviously, the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
So you started, how old were you when you started?
I started 20. I just turned 20, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to start getting fitter and stuff like that. Because obviously I was bodybuilding before then.
Okay.
And I didn't really feel that fit. I might have looked quite fit, but I wasn't inside. So then I started in the punch bag, and I thought, you know what, I'm liking this. I'd go into the gym and I'd go straight upstairs, hit the punch bag, and then I would go and do my weights. And then over months, I gradually just hit the bag and forgot about the weights. And then I just went into a gym, and I think 6 months after that, I entered the Welsh Novice. And I was like, whoa, bloody, like 6 months of putting a pair of gloves on. I had 2 fights, and I won that novice championships. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to stick at this. And then 8 years next year it'll be, and Commonwealth medalist. So
yeah, I mean, let's touch on the Commonwealth medalist, because that is mental. So, it's this summer, wasn't it? This summer
just got in Birmingham, wasn't it?
That was it. Yeah. So like, not once I'd thought I'd ever get to that sort of level, but like I say, dedication and hard work, I managed to make it. Yeah.
How did it come about? Do you apply for it? Did someone approach you?
What happened was, in 2019, I won the Welsh Open.
Yeah.
And then I went into the Tri-Nations and I won that. And then we had a call from GB. They do their own boxing show in like every December. So what happened was, they asked if I wanted to fight their number 1 lad, Will Corley as was at the time. And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll fight him. So, which was a big fight. So then they said, if you win, you get an opportunity to get an assessment. So anyway, I was like, right, okay. So we did it. I beat him. and got my assessment, and then COVID hit. So I was like, right, what do I do now? Didn't hear anything from them. I applied to train with Phoenix Camp and things like that. I'm Ultimate Fitness now, and I meant to sign with Kevin Marie, and I had an email saying you've got an assessment in February, which was 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I had the assessment, and I got on the squad. So
what's the assessment process?
Basically, they just call you down. They'll just assess your training, like how your behaviour is and how dedicated and stuff you are, and things like that. And they see how you're sparring with all the lads up there and see if you can manage it. And they liked me, got on the squad, and I've just left them this year. So.
You have to leave it to go pro, don't you? Because it's amateur only, isn't it? Kind of a Commonwealth and Olympics.
Yes,
Olympics is,
yeah. But,
with the Olympics, isn't it? Now, aren't they trying to stop boxing now? Last I heard was like end of September. They were trying to.
Yeah, well, I think
take it
it's
out.
the 2024. No, the next Olympics. 2024 is still going ahead in Paris, but I think the next one I think they're swiping it out there. Yeah.
That's fascinating because you look at all the boxers that come through from the Olympic sort
It's
of Commonwealth
crazy.
scene. You have Anthony Joshua's probably the most famous you can think of, isn't there?
Yeah, Luke Campbell.
Luke Campbell. He's done really well, hasn't
Yeah.
Nicola Adams.
Tasha.
Anthony Agogo came from there, didn't he?
Yeah.
There's loads
So
and
you've got
loads who
loads.
came from there.
But after 2024, I can imagine the pro ranks are just going to go.
It's going to skyrocket,
It's
isn't it?
just going to be flooded, isn't it? So
I suppose it's kind of good for boxing fans a little bit because you're just going to get boxing probably every single weekend rather than having to wait a couple.
thing is, what's going to happen with the funding and with GB itself as boxing? Because obviously it's got to be an Olympic weight and Olympic sport for it to be funded. You see,
Of course, yeah. National Lottery, but
that's
they're
it.
huge for it, aren't they?
So I don't know what's going to happen with it in total. So mad. So we'll have to see. Hopefully, they're trying to keep it going. Everyone's trying to promote it and keep it in, asking for it in, but I don't know whether it's going to go ahead.
Would you have been tempted with the Olympics?
I was going to stay on till the Paris one, but I think because of my age, I'm 28 in February, and I started late and got a medal. The main aim for it was to try and get a medal in the Commonwealth, and then it was kind of like a good turnover point for me because my age. Start fresh new year next year and turn over with a medal hopefully. So and I achieved the medal. I'm looking
Incredible.
forward. Yeah,
It was incredible, yeah.
It was.
It's a bit mental that because obviously when you go to the Olympics, it's GB, isn't it? Whereas Commonwealth, you split off into your nations.
That's it.
So the guy you fought in the semi, did you train with him? The English guy?
Yeah, Kieran McDonald. Yeah, I trained alongside him in GB. We didn't really spar a lot, but we did the technical stuff with each other and a couple of rounds open. Yeah, so we kind of knew each other. I knew him, he knew me.
Did they try and avoid you coming together then if they know that you're going to end up?
I thought that, yeah, because I thought, because obviously he's English and I'm Welsh, they can take us to each tournament. So, but we never ever met each other in these tournaments until the Commonwealth Games, which was right, now it's time to see who's going to win this.
That's
fight.
mental that as well because training, because usually when you go to games like this, you're fighting some random bloke from Belgium or France or whatever.
Never seen the face before in their life.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're fighting your mate, and I got a lot of time for Kieran. He's a good lad. We had mutual respect at the end of the fight. If you're not seeing that, we were really respectful with each other. So yeah, it's pretty crazy fighting.
The fight was pretty interesting as well. 'Cause it was two very different styles as well.
Oh, completely different.
Very,
styles,
very different styles. How would you kind of describe your style?
Aggressive, front foot fighter, and he's just a back foot counter puncher, long, even massive compared to me. He's huge for the weight. Yeah. I think he'll do well. I think he'll do well if he stays on for the Olympics. I think he's planning on to as well. So I wish him all the best, to be honest.
Don't mind. Nice to hear. Well, it's mental when you're looking about because I was really surprised when I met Charlie as well. Because Charlie's a super middleweight, I think, and he's like 6'3",
I know, he's so tall, isn't he?
massive. I want something because obviously I'd only ever seen him on social media. I'd spoke to him a few times, and the people who train him, I just thought, he's going to be, I don't know, about super middleweight, maybe a bit tall, probably 6 foot maximum. He walked into the room, had to duck to get in the door, and I was like, what's happening here?
Hi, mate.
Huge.
When he's taking him on the pads, I'm just like, can you bring him a little bit lower? He's got the pads by
So
his
do you
waist.
do pad work with him then?
Now and then, we do some pad work with each other. He's now training us at the moment, isn't he? So, but yeah, it's just so mad because I'm punching at his like waist, and I'm looking up at me like what's up there. But yeah, he's a good man, Charlie.
He's a good lad. He is good. He did us a favour to coming on, to be fair. But touching on kind of like the Commonwealth journey, then, what was that experience like from start to finish? Obviously, you just starting the actual Commonwealth Games. Do you all travel down together, or?
Yeah. So what we did, we were all obviously all down in Cardiff. I think I was away for a total of a month. So I went down to Wales, I think for 10 days or whatever it was, and then we all travelled up in a minibus to Birmingham. But we stayed in a hotel, I think like 4 days before the village was open.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did, we travelled to Birmingham, we stayed in a hotel, we were just doing bits of training, stayed on top of weight and stuff like that, and then we went into the village. And as soon as we went into the village, the experience was just like, it was mad how we were all welcomed with the flags. There was people waiting outside, getting off the bus. It was like, welcome to the village, Wales. And we walked in, and it was just like different countries everywhere. It was amazing, yeah.
You hear some stories, don't you, going on in like, especially in the Olympic Village. There's always the famous ones like Usain Bolt and that. I used to.
Yeah,
So
that'd be an experience, but
obviously yours would have been quite impacted by COVID, wouldn't it? So did you have to be segregated into like different countries, or were you allowed to like mix around?
well, what happened was the village wasn't one big village. You see, it was split up into 3 villages. So there was like certain sports in each village.
Oh, interesting.
Because what happened was we were in the NEC part, and then I think the athletics and the gymnastics and all that swimming and stuff was in Birmingham town itself, in the city. So what happened was there was buses going back and to the different villages free of charge, and we could just hop on whenever we wanted. There was like one every half an hour, I think. So yeah, we could travel to different villages if we wanted to, but like a lot of us were fighting at the time, people with different weights, so we'd obviously stay local and support, because obviously if we were so far into town, we'd have to wait back into, they were like, it's going to be draining for yourself. So yeah, to be honest, I didn't personally go into the other villages. I just stayed local, like, so.
But you got kind of focused on the job in hand, don't you? Like you were saying, your one like job, your inspiration was getting that medal. You all want to get that medal.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, it was a little bit different than the Olympic Village, where I can imagine that was just being so busy, like everyone's just in one place. But it was good. It was like I said, it wasn't too busy. It was busy, but I can imagine that one was just swarmed with people. Absolutely
hectic. What are you like with, obviously, because with boxing, a lot of things is kind of like the making weight. We've had quite a few things recently, especially in the UFC world, about people fighters not making weight. What's your process with like making weight? Are you like a paddy the baddie where you struggle to maintain, or are you kind of constantly on the line?
I don't go any higher than about half a stone. If I get half a stone, that's probably my limit.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, I'm only small. I don't tend to put a lot of weight on. So yeah, I don't go any higher than that, just because I feel like if you're training at your fight weight a lot longer, I think that it's easier to maintain.
It's a lot more sustainable, isn't it? You see people that drain like 20 pounds of water weight, and then they look so gaunt and unwell.
Ill, don't they?
Yeah. Darren Till at weigh-ins, you see him and he's like, oh, he looks really.
And see, I don't think that's healthy for you as an athlete, really. Like I say, it's all right having a little bit of a binge a week after a fight. You know, you're gonna go up, but you fluctuate so much. But like, if you stabilise at a certain weight, I feel like that's more healthy for me.
Surely you can't be good mentally as well. Obviously, physically it's not going to be very good, but surely mentally, having to get that down, because people lose kilos and kilos in the space of a day. Yeah. Surely that must cause stress and anxiety.
Stress for the body, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not. I don't think it's healthy for the body. And if you're training at your fight weight, when you're at fight weight, you're gonna be flying. You know what I mean? You're gonna be peaking, aren't you?
Yeah.
So if you're coming down, say like 2 stone, you're not trained at that weight for such a long time. So it can't be healthy for the body, can it?
It doesn't make sense to me, because you've got a 12-week camp, an 8-week camp.
Yeah.
You're going in there essentially ready to, be really injured. And 3 days before, you drain your body of all like the water. You drain your brain of all the water just to lose some weight. It feels just like...
Feels unnatural.
Yeah. And to get that impact to the head straight after being dehydrated, and then you've put loading it back up. I don't know. But yeah, like I say, I don't put a lot of weight on anyway with me being so small, but...
So you can sneak a little burger in there from time to time.
I'm chocolate king.
Oh, are you a chocolate guy?
Is that what the cheat meal is? Cadbury's or?
Do you know what? I fluctuate from Galaxy.
Yeah.
Or
man,
Cadbury's caramel.
Oh, you a caramel guy?
Or a hazelnut.
Oh, I'm not a nutty guy.
I'm not a nutty guy.
I'm a
My
nutty
girlfriend
guy.
loves
He's a
nutty
nutty guy.
I'm a nutty guy. I think I'm normal, but yeah, I'm a nutty guy.
I'd binge, especially if I went, say, like 12 weeks of not having any chocolate, not having anything like that. I would absolutely binge. So after a fight, is that what you first go for, like a dessert?
Yeah, I'm pretty bad for dessert. Yeah, fudge cake straight away.
Oh, straight away.
That's
Nice
my
melt in
favourite
the
ice cream.
microwave, bit of ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, fudge cake king. So always, I don't know how I do it because my belly shrinks, obviously making weight.
Yeah.
But I managed to get that third course in. You know,
Yeah.
that dessert. You have a separate little section in your stomach, don't you, for dessert?
Oh, 100%. I believe in that.
Yeah.
You have to, don't you? I feel like if you go to a meal and you don't get a dessert, that's a crime to
Yeah.
me.
And then I'm like, I really can't be asked eating any more of this. I am hungry now for dessert.
Yeah.
Even though I'm very full, I'm still hungry for dessert. I could have it straight away.
We try and tell the kids this. We're like, eat your food or you're not having dessert. But then we're like, we're
We're
lying
having
here.
dessert
We're lying
anyway.
here.
That's what we don't watch.
We
is a
haven't
little
ate our
bit.
food, but we'll have dessert. So we're like, lying to them.
It's funny.
I was always the same, though, to be fair. I'm not a starter main guy. I'm a main dessert kind of guy. Starters for me are just all right.
See, I get like that, and then I get to the end of my main, and I'm like, feeling a bit of sweet now.
Yeah, let's get the sweet in there.
And then
Let's
we
the
get it,
sweet
and we're
in
like,
there.
I don't even want to move from the table.
See, I used to be a dessert chef. Is that what you would call it?
Shut up.
I basically used to,
Yeah.
I basically used to make like waffles and
I've never heard
sort
one of those.
crepes. It's what's on my CV, mate. It just made me sound a bit better. Basically, I was a waiter and I occasionally made a waffle here and there.
Oh, fair, dude.
It's not that
I
deep.
know where to
really.
come now. I don't mind driving this far for a waffle.
I used to chuck all sorts of stuff in there because obviously when it was
Right
quiet.
next to my house, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right next to you. It's right next to you. And they do like so their main thing is freak shakes, where you make a milkshake in a glass jar, and then you just make it as big as you possibly can.
These like
So-
donuts on it and stuff.
Yeah,
don't
so
you?
slap a donut on there, loads of whipped cream,
What,
melted
like in the
chocolate
milkshake?
sauce,
Oh, right,
like on top of the glass jar.
No
So
way.
your straw would go through. You'd have like brownie pieces in there, and you just make it look as mental as you possibly could.
Stop.
I think stuff like that though. I just look at it, I'm like, that's just a pain in the ass to eat that.
It is a little bit of a pain, but when you're making it, it is fun.
Yeah, you're like,
Exactly, and you just throw stuff like you just get strawberries and just chuck
So
it. At
you gotta eat it with a fork, I suppose. After.
Yeah,
don't
you definitely have to. I'd always make sure I take all the cutlery out and be like, you're not going to. People would order it as
All
like
over
their
it.
drink. People would like order them as a drink, and I'd be like, no, this is
ain't
not
a
a
drink.
drink. This is a dessert. Like you need to. And they'd be like, yeah, I'll have like one of the massive American style waffles.
Yeah.
And a freak shake. I'd be like, you're not going to eat all of them. It's just impossible.
you will have to fight, Cal.
I was gonna say, I'm coming to you after.
Straight in there. That was my first job when I was 18 as well, a long time ago.
Yeah.
But moving back onto like the fighting world then and kind of turning to pro, how different is the experience for training for like a pro fight than training for like the Commonwealth? Is it different or is it just very similar?
It's very similar. It's just that with the pros, everything's kind of like slowed down. Everything's more put into perfection. Like with the amateurs, you only get 3 minutes. So it's kind of like 9 minutes isn't a long time to like. So when you're playing catch up, it's like you've got to put it all in them 9 minutes. So it's kind of rushed. Whereas with these pros, you get a lot longer. So you get start at a 4 or a 6 or an 8. So you've kind of slowed the pace down. That's what I've realised. And to be honest with you, it's kind of more my sort of thing. Slowed everything down. I'm not chasing, not forcing anything. So yeah, I'm it's kind of the same. It's just the same, but everything's just slowed down, put in perfection, really.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's the process of like selecting your opponent? Do you have a say? Is it just strictly your manager? Is it your trainer?
To be honest with you, with me only just turning over now and not having a fight at the moment, it's kind of the manager will look at their opponent and see if it's matched, if it's even, and then you just go for it, I suppose. But see, I'm just ready to get in there now in the new year. Looking forward to it.
Get cracking. How many fights are you like expecting to have in the year? Are you going to be one of them who fight 3 or 4 times? Are you be pushing kind of 5, 6? Or?
Well, managers said there'll be about 5 fights a year, so like one every 2 months, maybe something like that. Which to me that seems pretty good because for fans and stuff like that, it'd be good for them to come, have a little bit of a break, and then get excited for
I agree,
the next one. So he said, if you have one like every other week, he said, it's going to be hard for your fans and stuff to want to come. It's expensive as well. So I was like, yeah, I'd be happy with one every 2 months or something like that. So yeah, we'll just see how the year goes.
I guess it suits you with the way that you maintain your weight to do as frequently as necessary.
Yeah.
So if you're never going, oh shit, I'm really fat right now and I need to lose some weight, I can't, make a turnaround in this amount of time. If something pops up, you go, oh, you know what, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I can
that's
fight
true.
in 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. Like, say, some people make weight, take like 8 weeks to take, I don't know, a lot off, and then before you know it, a week is gone and they're already back up to the top weight. And then they're gonna need that time to come back down. But like you say, with me maintaining my weight at like a nice stable balance, it's easy for me to be like, yeah, okay, I'll fight in 8 weeks, or I'll be ready in 8 weeks. So yeah, I reckon that'll be a good amount of time, every 2 months or something like that. Yeah,
every 2 months. Interesting. Are you looking to stay near Wrexham, stay like North Wales, or are you looking to fight around kind of like Manchester area?
Probably up here, yeah. It'd be good.
Good
to
news, that
have
was a
one.
little bit. That's what I wanted. I was a leading question there. I wanted one answer then. I won't lie to you.
Just make sure you bring dessert.
Imagine that after he wins, just go straight out to the crowd.
Straight to the corner, like. Yeah. No, but yeah, it would be nice to have a fight in Wrexham. But the only thing is, we were talking about it, that there's not many big places in Wrexham to fight. You know, like there's places that'll only fit like 300 in. So for him to do a show there, I think it would be a bit of a struggle finding somewhere to do it. But it'd be happy to, for me personally, obviously because I'm from Wrexham. But I could speak to Ryan Reynolds and see if we could do it in the Wrexham.
Oh, I imagine that. But if you ever get to like the title stage, would that be your?
That's my dream.
Is that your like Tony Bellew, Goodison sort of dream?
that is definitely what I want to achieve. Yeah, for Wrexham. Yeah, definitely.
Imagine just looking up and having Ryan Reynolds just sat there and just being like, yeah.
They're doing the new standout actually as well, so I think it'll hold about 15,000 people.
The new stand looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I saw the concept design over Twitter in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It looks unreal.
It's really come on, to be honest with you. So like, yeah, that'd be an achievement. That'd be something that I would take to the grave of me, you know.
Oh, 100%. Well, you look at Bellew. Bellew's the one I think of, because I think that Goodison moment for me.
Yeah.
He said that was his career highlight.
Yeah, that's one of my favourite moments in boxing, I think, because it was just after the fight, you like nearly broke down, and I was like, that meant so much to him. And
that's exactly what it'd be like, you know, because no one can just be like, right, can I just rent the Wrexham ground out and just have a big massive party in there and a big fight, you know? It's something that's like planned. You've achieved it, so yeah, my name will be on that, hopefully, definitely. Straight
there, name in the lights.
Yeah.
So, what is kind of like the trajectory? What are you aiming for? Are you going to be going? Because obviously, Charlie went for like the English first, didn't he? So, is it like English UK or is it area English? How does it kind of work?
Area. So you'll go central area. Hopefully, get that pretty soon, and then go for the English and move on to like the British. I really want that British belt. I'll be honest. That's my favourite belt. I seen Mark Efron in one of the Oldham shows recently, and I've not seen it in person before, and I felt the weight of it, and I was surprised how heavy the belt actually is. I was just looking at it, and I was like, I just want to take it home. I just want to walk out with it without him looking. But yeah, that belt is the one I want.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Definitely, mate.
As a Welshman as well, being able to stand there, top of the British Isles is... That's a goal, isn't it, really?
Have that.
I want that, yeah, definitely.
All the English are there, you're just there, fingers up, this is me.
I guess that's
coming
good
for
matchmaking.
it all. Yeah.
Because, you know, right, I'm heading in this direction, and these are the people that I'm going to need to, you know, head towards to get to that level. Yeah,
but like I say, you know, we take one fight at a time.
Yeah, of course,
Obviously, see what Kev's got for me, and we'll move forward each fight at a time. And hopefully it goes pretty quick with me being so light. Yeah, I think it will. I've been told it's going to be anyway.
Oh, good. So what is... how important is it selecting the right kind of promoter for you then? Because obviously you've got quite a big established name, really, in kind of Kevin and Marie boxing, I think.
Like I say, Kev just said... So I've signed with Kevin and Marie now. He just said, right, let's get your face on the scene... Let's promote you now. Let's get a debut, put a good show on, get all the fans there, make it big, and then hopefully get a good promotion deal. I'm looking for.
Oh, good.
I'm looking for.
Any pros out there watching?
Yep.
I don't know why it'd be, but just in case they are.
We're global.
To be fair, I had to check about my Spotify. It's obviously VPN, but I'm telling myself it's not VPN because it's like 19% of our listeners in Spotify are in the USA.
Really?
And I'm like, I know it's VPN. It's definitely people from round here who just want to watch American Netflix, but I'm just saying to myself that 20% of our audience are from USA. So howdy partners. Shall we have a little break, boys?
Yeah.
I want on part 2. I really want to delve into like the Wrexham sort of lifestyle. So obviously that's very much in the media at the moment. I want to get your opinion on kind of like the Wrexham, where it's going in the future. So see you part 2. Part 2, and we are back, people. Nice little break. Basically reset the cameras and we get going again. So as we were saying kind of before the break, kind of moving into the Wrexham side, obviously Wrexham just been taken over by Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. That song is stuck in my head. There's a song I released about Wrexham fans sing it all the time about Deadpool and Rob McElhenney. I was watching a Disney Plus documentary. It was stuck in my head. Have you watched that documentary?
I actually haven't, you know. Which one? Not the Rex. Welcome to Wrexham.
Yes,
we have actually. Yeah, we've just finished the last episode, so it's brilliant. I'm still waiting for the next one to come out. The next episode to come out, but it hasn't come out yet. But apparently, I was told that they're going to keep doing that up until they reach the Premier League.
Really?
Apparently, but I don't know whether that's true or not. But that'd be good.
That'd be unreal because you just have so many people just flooding to be fans because they're watching the journey.
Well, their Instagram pages just blew up.
Oh, definitely.
Like, massively. It's crazy how obviously the fans that are coming to the stadium now, it's just full.
Well, Wrexham's a big club, aren't they? Like, historically, they're a massive club.
Yeah, they're huge. But like say, when this next stand's made, I got a feeling that they're going to be, 15,000 are going to be there, no doubt.
Jesus, 15k for, well, fair by then, they're not going to be National League, are they? You're going to be in the Football League by then.
Yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully we move up this year, I hope. But like I say, I don't really follow the football as much.
No,
but
not as much.
Yeah, obviously all my mates are back when they used to go back in, when they were doing well, and now they're flying again, so everyone's like, back in football. That's where they all are on the weekends now.
Have you noticed like a difference in like a buzz around the town? Obviously, since that's happening, is it been like a big start difference with that?
Yeah, definitely. Town's a lot more busier. When the games are on a Saturday or a Tuesday, towns are so busy. Whereas before they bought the stadium, it was just dead. It was no one would be in the top pubs ready to go over to the game. And it was just now you drive through there and people are just walking over the roads. It's crazy. There's 10,000 people at the top of town now.
Jesus.
It's crazy.
You can tell, though, that they love it. Rather than just, an investment into the club and this, whatever it is, you can tell that, I think Rob especially, you can tell that he loves it.
Yeah, I feel like I think he's filling up with just Wrexham in general. Like not the football club, the town.
Yeah, I think he has as well. And it was nice to see on the documentary how much it does mean to him.
Yeah.
Rather than them just... I don't know. You can just tell that it does touch them certain parts.
Yeah, you see him tearing up, don't you? When they're
in that pub with the guy. He's like a main character in the whole film, and he's literally just a normal guy who owns a pub in Wrexham.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's fascinating, isn't it? It's absolutely fascinating. Do you ever, when you were watching the documentary, were you just like in the crowd, were you just spotting people all the time?
A lot of my friends were on there. Yeah. It's pretty crazy to be fair, because they were like, when I was obviously boxing Commonwealth games and they were watching me and they were like, I'm like I know him. And when we were watching it, like certain faces would pop up and I was like, pause, rewind, like pause and taking pictures of them, like look who's here.
Just seen you at 4 minutes 56.
Yeah. It's funny. So a lot of faces were showing up.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Fascinating. I want to dive into kind of the boxing scene kind of in Wales then, because obviously we're English, we know about the boxing scene in England, but how different is it kind of in the Welsh landscape? Is it?
It's kind of the same, but there's just not. It's not as busy as it is in England. It's not as big. There's not many gyms. There's more happening down in south than there is in north.
Oh, wait, it's kind of like Cardiff and Swansea.
So that's where all like the bigger events and stuff are. But yeah, the boxing itself, there's a couple of good gyms up north, but like you say, it's more busy down in the city, more like South Wales. But we always get matched up in England anyway. So
Yeah.
we're right on the border, you see, up this way. So yeah, we always get invited to your side. But
You're basically next door to kind of Chester, aren't you? I mean, you got Liverpool, you got Manchester. You can even go over to York. Probably it'd take you less time to get to Yorkshire than it would to get to probably Cardiff.
yeah, so it's what, 3 hours 40 to Cardiff.
Yeah,
And then it's like
Long
what,
time.
it's 40 minutes to Liverpool.
Yeah, I did
Like an hour and a
Swansea
half,
away
yeah.
once, and it's a fucking trek.
Yeah, and it's all A roads. So
Yeah,
it's
all A
not-
roads.
I get stuck behind a tractor. Oh my god,
Sheep in the road, all sorts. It's
Yeah.
absolute mission to get to there.
it's literally just a family of bloody animals. It's just like just get out of the way. They've got all day, you know, just to chill, and we're like, but yeah, it's a travel down there.
It's a little bit of a trek. So, obviously, we were talking a little bit in the break as well, right, about sports that you played growing up, because you're not just kind of gone straight into boxing. You kind of done a bit of everything, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, so you were kind of rollerblading,
So
weren't you?
I
which
was
is the main
doing
one.
football first. I found out that I was a little bit too light for that, so a little bit small. So I did gymnastics, and then after gymnastics, I was a rollerblader. So I did rollerblading for about, I reckon, 5 or 6 years, and then I left into rollerblading and went into bodybuilding. So yeah, I put a bit of size on bodybuilding, and I was meant to do a show actually, but I never got round to doing it. I started hitting the punch bag, just fell in love with it then. Fell in love with the sport. Obviously all these pro boxing stuff you have started young, you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? It's one of them type of sports where you just don't go to the gym and box because you hate it. You know, it's either you love it or you don't, because it's too hard to just go and train at a certain level and hate the sport. I love it. So, but yeah.
What's your earliest memory of boxing? Like, what's like one of the first fights you think you can remember?
Did you used to watch it before you started, kind of do it for fitness?
Kind of, yeah. I wasn't really like into it like as much as I am now, but like certain fights had come on. I can't quite remember a couple of them now, but like Ricky Hatton and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Ricky
Mine-
Hatton's,
mine's-
he's a god around.
Do you know what
so
I mean? Like
Yeah.
Ricky Hatton literally grew up like round the corner. So,
yeah,
but where you train,
yeah,
if you're a City fan, you have met Ricky Hatton.
yeah.
There's not a City fan that I know who hasn't met Ricky Hatton, because
Yeah.
he's at most games. He's always knocking around.
Yeah.
You just meet him everywhere. He's just a decent guy.
Yeah, he is a decent guy. Like, I've met Ricky Hatton as well. He's a good man. But when was it? When I first started boxing, I was about 21. So it was like nearly 7 years ago. I sparred Ricky Hatton's lad, Campbell Hatton.
Really?
Yeah. So he come to our gym down in Fly, and his dad didn't come. His dad didn't come, but his.
Were you gutted?
I was, because we were, do you know what? Right? Do you know what? The trainer was telling us all to be so quiet about it all, because if his dad does come, you're gonna have people like coming to the gym who don't even box just to see Ricky Hatton. So we were all trying to keep it on the low down, and then when he come, it was like Ricky Hatton didn't turn up, and we were all like, oh, he didn't turn up. Yeah,
The crowd that were outside just.
yeah,
and then they
they're
were
lying,
"Oh,
they're lying.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, sparred Ricky Campbell. That was good. That was a really good experience. And then, but yeah, his dad didn't turn up. But yeah.
Well, speaking of sparring, you sparred with a very big boxer recently as well, didn't
Yeah.
you? With Josh Warrington. How was
Yeah.
that?
Do you know what? It was the toughest sparring I've ever done. I'll be honest with you. Yeah.
Weirdly, I'm not shocked.
Yeah, like I was when we had the phone call. They were like, "Do you want to come and do a couple of rounds with Josh?" I was like, "Well, yeah." And then inside, I was like, "Right, okay. I've got to pick this up now a little bit. I've got to stay on my game." But yeah, we went there. Do you know what? They're a really good group. His dad's Ace, Sean. He's a really good man. And Josh, he's so down to earth. Like, I could sit and listen to him talking all day. He likes to chat as well.
Yorkshire lad, don't he?
Yeah,
You can kind of tell that.
He loves a chat, bless him. But yeah, the sparring though was intense. It's not easy sparring when you get to a certain level. It's just a fight with bigger gloves and head guard on, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, sparred him the first time. He dropped me with a body shot. I'll get that out there. Recovered from it though, and finished the last round off, and it was good.
Yeah.
But that's what the experience.
That's what it's there for, isn't
That's
it?
what it's there for. So I took that experience on board, and then the next couple of weeks I sparred him. It was just fine. You know, I was used to it,
Yeah.
getting to know each other.
Yeah, of course.
That's
Yeah,
nice,
yeah.
isn't it?
We just fight just alike, so it was like fire and fire together.
Yeah, that's
so
great.
it'd be good to watch, to be honest.
That would be a fan favourite, that one.
Yeah,
Just two
definitely.
boxers just going head on for
Yeah.
12 rounds.
He don't go backwards, and neither do I. So it was just like intense, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I assume when you're at his level that anyone that you spar is going, you know what, I'm going there to prove myself, might try and take his head off.
Mm.
So I think if you're at that top level, you do need to kind of be a bit, you know, a bit more ready for a spar,
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
bit
on
more
there.
intense.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
feel like it was
Yeah.
much more intense than you would do normally in the gym?
Yeah, only because it was obviously it's world class sparring. I've never been in the ring with anybody that at that level. So obviously, you've got to be alert and you've got to be ready. So obviously nerves and stuff like that. First time getting in the ring with him, and obviously being in his presence and having his pressure and stuff. So yeah, it probably would be.
Is he like the hardest puncher you've ever fought then? As in like sparred with? Is he the hardest person you've...
I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only because his weight. Yeah, he's obviously 4 weights above me.
Yes.
But his next opponent's obviously he's my height. I think he's 5'3" and I'm 5'1". So I think they wanted the little man to be in the ring with him. And yeah, just having his weight and his presence and his pressure. I never felt pressure like that.
Okay.
Because I'm always the one that does the pressure hitting, but because he was on me.
He's like, really let me back. Whoa.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. It's what I needed.
Perfect. Well, so when you said how it came about, so they messaged you?
Yeah, so basically, obviously, he boxed Kiko Martinez, didn't he?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then David Caldwell got on to Charlie and asked if I wanted to do a couple of rounds with Jordan Gill for Kiko Martinez, because he's small too, pressure fighter. And I got the call for that, and I was like over the moon, just like, yeah, let's go and spar Jordan Gill, European champion, and that's world class British level, European level. I was like, so yeah, done a couple of rounds with Jordan Gill, and Josh seen that I was sparring Jordan.
Oh, nice.
And thought, right, let's get in touch with him, let's find out who he is and stuff like that. They said, phone Charlie, and then they were like, yeah, the rounds are there. So we're travelling back and to Leeds for a couple of weeks sparring, and it just went like that. And it's come around so quickly from coming out of the games to then sparring Jordan Gill to then sparring 2 times world champion Josh Warrington, and it's just like...
Space to what? Was it 6 months?
Say not even.
Not even
Maybe
that,
6
no,
months,
it's
yeah. We're not even
3
6 months
months,
gone.
like 3 months, yeah. So three or 4 months.
It's unreal, isn't it?
So like, hopefully I get a couple of rounds again in with this world class sparring, ready for my debut.
Especially fighting a weight above us, well, fighting people weight above you as well. You're
Yeah.
going to be getting in there, like.
Yeah, I could feel his weight
Extra
presence.
prep.
Yeah, definitely. But like, this is why we have weight categories. I
Of
suppose,
course, yeah.
Because you can definitely tell a difference.
Yeah.
But
When you spar normally, do you go for a different range of opponents, southpaw, taller people?
yeah, we mix that up. Like, you know, we just at the moment, because we're just taking over, we get what we kind of give them, or what's at hand. So yeah, we'll take sparring any day of the week. You know, more rounds the better.
You're not bothered. They don't have to be a kind of flyweight. You're just happy.
Yeah, like I say, obviously to a certain weight. Like
Yeah.
Josh is probably, you know, the highest we'll probably go, because at that sort of level, people know punching power and stuff.
Oh yeah,
you know.
definitely.
So we wouldn't go any heavier than that, really. It's dangerous. It's not good. It's not good for me, really, because I'm the higher person. But yeah, I'll spar anybody. So yeah,
Tyson Fury?
I won't be able to reach him.
Well, for you is what? Is it 6'8"?
Yeah,
6'9"?
6. I think it's 9.
I struggle with Charlie on the pads. Never mind. we'll keep him at arm's length.
What's it like kind of training in a gym with so many kind of pro boxers? And is there a big like camaraderie like within you? Because I remember when Charlie came on our podcast, straight away went straight to Billy's fight, and he said that everybody kind of just comes together. Is that
To
how
be
it
honest,
works?
we're all like a big family. I come in. I think it was 2020. It was just after the first big lockdown. We started opening up and things like that. So I messaged and said, "Oh, is there any chance you can come and have a chat with you?" Went there, and you know what? We just gelled.
on,
And it's mad because I didn't know any of these lads. Come to the first session and we all just gelled like together, like big family, and we support each other when we're training alongside each other. We're all bringing everybody up. You know, if everyone's having a low day and stuff, we're bringing each other up, pushing each other, and that's what a professional gym should be like. It's good. It's a good crack. We all have banter with each other. You know, no seriousness there. Everyone's on a high, so yeah, it's good and they're good.
I suppose it's like you kind of turn on, don't you? Seriousness, don't you?
Once night 10 o'clock comes, that's it. You know, we have a first half an hour of chit chat. You know, while we're wrapping up and stuff, bit of a laugh, bit of a joke. How was your weekend and stuff? And then 10 o'clock, it's all serious then, till the end. We can just wind down a little bit then. Like, that work's done now.
Final bell goes.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, mate.
Appreciate
Quick
that.
shower, we can wind down then.
Fancy a Galaxy chocolate bar.
Yeah. Depending what's on.
Depending what's on straight away. You can't be doing that in five camp week, can you? No. So are you going to be kind of sort of like the eight week fight camps? Are you going to be more 12 weeks sort of guy, or is you going to differ on the opponent?
Depends on obviously the rounds. Depending on what rounds I'm doing in the fight. But yeah, I'd probably say like an 8 weeks. Like say if I have a fight every 2 months, that'd be good because it's not too long of a wait, so you're not feeling like you're feeling like quite active, you know. So, and that's the aim with this boxing career. You've got to stay active for like the busier you are, the more you're learning and experience and stuff. So, like I say, it's a short-term career. You don't want to be fighting forever, do you?
You got any other hobbies or interests?
Do you know what? In our own time, we do like to do a little bit of hiking.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I suppose you're kind of in the perfect place for it, aren't you?
Yeah, so we're about 45 minutes an hour from Snowdon. So...
Didn't you take your kids up there either? Did I see it on your Instagram?
I took my 5-year-old up there, yeah.
That's a mission.
Do you know what? The amount of attention he had going up there was... we bumped into someone at the bottom and they had a little girl. And she was 5. And we obviously left, and then as we got to the top and come halfway down, they were only halfway up. And I was looking at Gino, I was like, fair dues, you've absolutely nailed it. Like, and I said to my fiance, I reckon he'd be able to do it, like, easy. I said, we might have to help him a little bit in certain points.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Every time I tried to help him, he's like, no, Dad. And he did it.
That's
all the
great.
way to the top, mate. Brilliant.
I'm surprised at that, because you were saying before that... halfway through Toy Story, he was like, "Oh, sod this."
Yeah.
He walked up Snowdon, he's completely
he's like,
fine.
"Yeah, I'm on a mission. Let's go."
He's on one. Like he loved it. And to be honest with you, I was like, "Oh, he'll sleep tonight." He was up watching bloody The Jungle with us till like 9:30. I was like, "Are you still not sleeping?" Like, it's so crazy.
He's
but
like, "Dad, I ate Matt Hancock. Honestly, I would eat a sleep."
We had a little bet about him falling asleep in the car. Literally put his seatbelt on. We come out the car park, turned right, and you're sleeping straight away.
Straight away. I wish I...
That's what kids do, isn't it? Though.
Yeah.
I've looked away for a minute and they just lay half on a table and they're just asleep. How do they even do it?
Wish I could do that.
Oh, I do that. On a night, Lizzie's like, right, will you put something on telly and watch it until I fall asleep? Because if not, I'll go, right, turn over and just go.
It's fair, I fall asleep before. We put podcasts on when we go into bed.
What kind of podcast?
Oh, it's such a lead. Is
it Europe?
Do you actually know what podcast it is? This is such a leading question, right? Don't judge me.
Go on.
But we put like a murder podcast on, like a crime podcast to fall asleep to.
Do you know what? I know a few people who do that, you know.
Because it's so soothing. It's like monotone. It's very level. So there's never any like laughing or anything like that. So you can just fall asleep to dead easy.
Yeah, dead mellow, yeah.
But sometimes like we've had to find like shit ones.
And you're like, yeah.
But Whiff is a really good one though sometimes. And we end up just listening to it all. And everyone's like, "Are you asleep yet?" No, we put another one on there. We have to like purposely find like shit ones.
Well, you know when it's like 1 a.m. You're like,
just like keep listening and listening and listening.
Looking for the description. Is this a gentle murder or is this a bad murder?
I'm so happy you said other people do it because I've never heard anyone else do it before.
I do, because I'm like, I like a bit of podcasting and stuff, and they're like, yeah, we listen to murder ones. I'm like, what? It's like, no, I don't listen to stuff like that. Like more motivation and stuff like that, really. But yeah, I don't want to listen to them to go to sleep.
Oh, you're
on
into
my travels,
like the motivation talks and stuff like that?
Yeah, then? I'm into stuff like that. I listen to some on YouTube, just put it in and just flick through. I got like an hour and a half travel near enough every other day, so I listen to them on my travel, really.
You get bored of Ronan Keating after not Ronan Keating, what's he called? Roman Kemp, that's it.
Ronan Keating?
I got the first 2 letters. No, he actually listens to Ronan Keating on his playlist.
No,
that's what it is.
I actually like him.
There we go.
Life is a roller coaster. Unreal, that song. That's a proper wedding song, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is a proper
my mum
wedding
got
song.
married to Ronan Keating, you know.
Oh, that's great.
It's mad. But yeah, I do like Ronan Keating.
I swear that I read that for 2 hours he'd play at someone's wedding for like $1,000.
Really?
I was just thinking,
That's fun.
he can do roller coaster, but then after that, what would I get him to do?
We'll create a set list for him. What are you going to be sort of like in the media? Because obviously, with boxing, it's quite media heavy nowadays, isn't it? Especially with all kind of like press conferences. What's kind of be your going to be style? You're going to be kind of like rallying people because you seem like a really nice guy. So I can't imagine you giving shit out really to people.
Do you know what? I'd rather just do the talking in the ring, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, I am quite aggressive, but I don't do all this talking and all that, all this nonsense. Because I'll be honest with you, if I end up talking and I get knocked out, you look a fool then, don't you?
Yeah.
And you see these type of boxers who do that, and I just think you're an idiot. Like, just be normal, and if they're giving it, just let them give it and do the talking in the ring. So I'd just rather be cool and just let it do it in the ring.
You don't want to be on that like these people got humbled compilation.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the
on
worst.
Facebook, the compilations all the
you're just
time.
like, Bell End.
Yeah.
Every single one of
It
them.
does sell tickets though.
Exactly, yeah.
And I do think a lot of it is for that reason, but then some people do hate each other, don't they?
Oh, of course, yeah.
You
some
do have
people
opponents who really do want to rip each other's heads off, and if I end up arguing in a press conference, I probably want to just get up and batter. And that's just the way I'd rather just get it over and done with. I hate arguing.
A few years ago now, obviously, but like David A would just like smack Chisora in the face, and I'm like, well, that's quite brave, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just like here on the stage, you got to fight in, I don't know, a few months or something.
Yeah.
I think David Age was a naturally aggressive person. I think he was like we were saying,
Yeah.
like he don't really want to give it out that much. He just wants to get in there. And
That's the
just,
same with me. Like, you can argue all day long, and what's arguing going to solve?
Yeah, of course.
You're just playing back and two, aren't you? So I'd rather just get it over and done with.
just get in the ring, see what happens.
Yeah, you do want to make people care, though, don't you? That's where you
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
tickets.
They
You want someone to be watching it at,
Yeah.
you know, 10:30 at night and being like, oh, I really want this guy to win.
Oh, they look at the
Or
date.
lose.
Yeah.
Or lose, yeah.
That also sells tickets.
The
People,
Mayweather complex, isn't it?
yeah, people
Yeah.
really want to see Mayweather, and everyone. I hated how he used to box. I hated it. I didn't like watching it, but I still watch every fight
Yeah, exactly.
because I wanted
it's
to.
who it is.
I was hoping someone would knock him out, but no one ever would
No.
do.
Do you know what? He's technically amazing, though, isn't he?
Oh, I mean,
Come on, he's
a
it's the art
joke.
of boxing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hit and don't get hit, and he's classed it, and he master classed it. But yeah, I prefer the more Mexican style.
Yeah. Who's your goat?
Do you know what? I really like Conor Benn.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't
Yeah.
expect you to say that.
No.
I really like Conor Benn. I think he's come a long way. Obviously, what's just happened with the Eubank, I really like Eubank as well, because I've been to watch Eubank a few times, and Groves. But yeah, I'm surprised the fight didn't happen.
Yeah, I
Really,
think there was
really
too
surprised.
much. There was too much attention on it for it to go ahead. I
think the media. I think the media made it not happen.
Yeah,
Personally, I think the
yeah,
media made it not happen.
definitely
But
agree.
what if it was true, which they think it is with the steroid and stuff? If it did go ahead and someone happened to Conor Benn, Eubank, sorry,
Yeah, it's
criminal,
bad.
isn't it?
There's jail and stuff
Yeah.
involved. Like, people were getting into serious trouble about it, which I always said that the fight wouldn't go ahead. But if that didn't happen, I really wish it did, because I love them both.
Yeah, you really want. I
would
wanted to
love
see that
them
fight.
both.
Yeah, I really want to see the fight as well. It is such it's a great storyline, you know.
Yeah.
As we were saying, you know, getting people invested in the fight. You don't even need to do
And
the
what
work, 'cause
happened with their fathers?
Exactly.
Exactly,
Like,
it was perfect, wasn't
It
it?
was perfect,
It was
yeah.
a media dream. It was. I bet it was like any dream or like.
Yeah.
Of course.
You'd want that
I
100%.
think he's had a bit of stick afterwards.
Yeah.
Because, well, it seemed like he wanted it to go ahead.
Yeah.
And that he was
He did.
looking through different avenues. And then as soon as that was, you know, talked about in the media, all these clips from, you know, IFL where he's saying, I don't care if it's if it's voluntary, you know, VADA drug test
Yeah.
that's there, even if it's not contractual, fight shouldn't be happening. And that's from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Where did you stand then when it's your fighter?
Yeah.
Who's your go in boxing then? I've never actually asked you this.
Yeah.
So I really liked the era, obviously wasn't alive, with like Marvin Hagler, Hearns.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just an unreal amount of fights, Sugar Ray, all together. Mm-hmm. I think that was just a great kind of like rivalry between the group of them.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Hands of Stone. He's from
Duran.
Yes, Roberto Duran.
Roberto Duran.
Him
I've read
as well.
his book. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's great. I love them. That era. Obviously, love Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
you don't.
I
Really...
like like all that as well.
Yeah.
Like the Hands of Stone, Tyson.
Yeah.
Tyson. Like, I really, if you're watching this, I really want to be in his presence. I really want to be in, just to feel what it'd be like to be in his presence, because he's one scary man.
It'd be fascinating. I think it would be fascinating.
But,
well, yes, obviously
I reckon he's
been off the rails.
I don't think he's. I don't expect him to be exactly what you expect him to be like. I reckon he's completely different.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
I think he's mellowed out.
I feel like he has mellowed out.
Probably to do with the whole weed farm that he's got.
Yeah. Prison as well.
Did you watch his?
I think there's quite a few things that have mellowed him out.
I think he needs it, doesn't he?
Yeah. I used to love sort of like the mid to late noughties. I loved Groves and Frosh.
Oh yeah.
I know it's a meme now, obviously.
Did they sell
because,
out Wembley?
Yeah, for 80,000 tickets, you know. I know that is a meme. Did you see they did a podcast and he did it?
Yeah. He says it.
It was perfect.
He says it every interview. When they did the round table one, you know, they get all the generational fighters on, and he was like, "Yeah, well, obviously when I sold out Wembley for 80,000 tickets,
it's mad, isn't it? Mad. That's mad.
I thought the fights were fantastic, though.
Yeah,
I loved them.
Yeah, Groves is
really wanted Groves as well.
I really liked.
I was a big Groves guy. I
really
wanted
liked
Groves.
Joe Calzaghe.
Oh yeah.
And he's underrated as well. You know, I've got a bit of Italian in me. I'm Welsh, and he's the same, isn't he? And
following in them
that's
footsteps.
what Josh was saying. He's like, "Oh, you're like him," and I was like, "Yeah," but he's underrated.
Yeah, definitely.
Like his name's not as. I suppose he's probably prefers it like that, but
of course
he's been up there. You know, he's boxed the best, but he's definitely underrated.
Yeah, he's incredible. He was undefeated, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was fantastic.
Yeah,
Roy Jones Jr. was his last fight, I think. Wasn't he? And he's one of my.
Yeah, I love Roy Jones.
Roy Jones
as well.
Jr. Mate, he's class.
Yeah,
different breed, isn't he? Just style, knockouts, fun to watch, and like Prince Nazim as well. I like him, very good.
Did you watch the Roy Jones Jr. and Tyson exhibition? It was a couple of years ago, I think. Now.
No, I didn't watch it. I watched the most recent ones, like the Hatton was recently one.
Only like 10 days, last week I think it was.
Yeah, I watched them. His ring walk gave me goosebumps again. I wish I was there.
Yeah,
it was just looked unreal. Just looked good.
You wouldn't have thought, seeing how he was 2 years ago, that he'd get into that shape.
He ripped.
He lost so much weight so quick.
You
seen him and it was like, bloody hell, he lost so much weight. Like 1 week he was like just full in his face, and the next he was just like, canal, he's about to weigh in.
Jesus Christ!
It shows you though, it is a mentality sport.
Yeah.
And well, like we were saying about, you know, a press conference, do you want to give them a bit or not? It can actually be won and lost there. You can really throw someone off the game if they are coming in and they are shitting themselves.
And I think that's what they tend to do. They try and get under the skin, which you've got to stay composed, haven't you? You've got to stay relaxed and just don't let it get to you. But I don't know whether it would with me or what. I don't know.
I suppose you don't know until you're in that situation.
Exactly, yeah. Especially when he's in the same room as you and he's talking to everybody in front of you, and you're like, rip your head off in a minute. Inside, you're like, ugh.
You just can't show any cracks, can you? You just like, whatever.
But it's hard to sometimes.
You're looking like I feel like it happens more in like kind of UFC and mixed martial arts rather than kind of boxing. Like one I think of all the time is McGregor and Aldo. Exactly. Aldo shouldn't have lost to him. I don't think he should have done, but I reckon if McGregor weren't like he was in them press conferences,
I mean,
he shouldn't have lost to him. He's a better fighter than him, isn't he? Really,
he made it worse for himself. He was basically undefeated for 10 years, and then for a period of a year and a half, he was just press conference this part of the world, press conference in this part of the world. I've pulled out the fight 'cause I've got a minor injury. Now it's in your head, isn't it? It's oh shit, I've pulled out, makes me look like a bitch. Kind of got an injury. Was the injury as bad as I thought it was? Have I made an excuse in myself?
Yeah. This guy is now calling me bitch 24/7. No matter where I go, no matter what I do.
Yeah.
And it's the clip where they stood there and it's just the door with like a circular window through.
Yeah.
And McGregor's there with his belt and he's pointing at him. And Aldo's just...
He shits himself. He hates it.
He doesn't speak English. He doesn't speak English, and he knows that he's getting absolutely ripped to shit. Everyone's laughing at you.
I don't think anyone could beat Conor McGregor, can they?
No, I don't think. I don't think so either.
No. Like even in the boxing side, like I just don't know. You see what he was doing with Floyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he clowned Floyd.
Oh, it was
so bad.
fantastic. It was unreal.
Do you know what? I actually watched that in Creamfields.
Did you?
Yeah, we were in Creamfields. They had it on the big
I was at
screen.
Leeds Fest, I think.
And we all walked because it was like early doors, and we obviously music had finished that day, and then we all walked there like stupid o'clock and like 5:30, and the sun was rising above the screen, and it was just a mad experience watching Floyd and McGregor boxing, and the sun was just coming up behind the screen. It was mad. Everyone was just the field was just full.
Bet the atmosphere was fantastic.
Oh,
for
it was unbelievable. Like just stood in a field watching it. It was good. It was full. It was just a full field because obviously it was on one screen.
Yeah.
Because obviously Creamfield is massive, isn't it?
Yeah,
the
it's huge.
field was so full. But yeah, that was an experience. That was.
I feel like we're past the point now where Floyd gets beaten and it's satisfying.
Oh, I don't care. If he gets beaten, it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, like now he's only doing exhibitions.
Yeah, he's just
Like,
fighting for money, isn't
he took the McGregor fight. He fought just a Japanese kid basically after that, didn't he? And then now he's just doing anything for money. He fought Deji 2 weeks ago. Unreal.
Oh, I don't know why he's even doing it.
Do you keep up to date with sort of like the Misfits boxing and what KSI is kind of doing? Do you
know why? No, I don't. I'll be honest with you. I just hear it off other people. I just concentrate. To be honest with you, I'll be honest. I concentrate on myself.
That's perfect.
On obviously who I really do like to watch and things like that. But yeah, I'm not really bothered about all them.
I don't blame you, to be fair.
I'm really not interested about them, to be honest. They shouldn't even be like taking people's slots for it, because we've got like people who've been grinding for years and then they've just come on the scene and they get like the spotlight, you know. I don't think that's fair, but money talks, I suppose.
Yeah, money talks, that's
money
what
talks.
I mean, if it gets more eyes on the sport, it does help in a way.
Yeah.
One of their fights, the co-main was Billy Joe Saunders, wasn't it, a few years ago?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I think he even said in the press conference, he said, "You got some good fights tonight. And some fucking YouTube."
Just laugh about it, yeah. You've just got to piss yourself and just enjoy it. So where can we find you on socials, mate? Is it Jake_Dodd?
Jake_Dodd _boxing.
_boxing.
Yeah. Don't have Facebook. I will be having Facebook, you know, for debuts and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably tickets. I'll make a page for that. I did make a page for my PTA at one point, but I've stopped doing all that now. Concentrate more on myself, and so I'll probably turn that into more like a ticket sale Facebook. So you can find me on there. But yeah,
There's also Phoenix Camp as well, isn't there? There on
Phoenix
Instagram.
No excuses.
No excuses as well.
Training on there. They're the 3 accounts.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, obviously yourself.
Oh, man, Offbeat Podcast, you know. Getting supporters on, so we're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, not really on Facebook, mainly just Instagram, TikTok. I made a Twitter, but I just don't want to tweet, so I'm like...
You tweet about City, that's what you do.
I'm just saying, I didn't know what to tweet, because I hate social media, but I have to do...
I'm not a Twitter person.
Yeah, I have to do social media, but I hate it, so I'm always like, it's like a chore.
You're there like, right, I'm going to do one tweet about City, one tweet about the darts.
Yeah, that's what I do. But make sure you like, comment and subscribe if you watch on YouTube. Make sure you follow us if you're on Spotify. And go and show Jake some money. He's done a massive favour coming here. He's driven an absolute mission. And organise a Christmas shopping day on the same day as Phil.
Are you off to the markets?
We're off to the market.
Oh,
yes, fantastic.
A bit of a breakfast.
That's it.
Make sure you head on over to our socials and we shall see you next week.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.